We covered how to do the definition of a function from a t-chart. Now we're going to move on to a graphical explanation of this. So, you've heard of this pesky little thing called the vertical line test, but most folks don't actually understand what it means. We're going to focus on what the vertical line test really means and why it can be used to determine whether or not something is a function. We've already defined a function as something that reliably outputs the same thing for a given input, which means that if I go to this graph and I check what happens when I plug in 4, if I plug in 4, I get out 1, 2, 3. And if I go in and plug in 4 again, I'm going to get out 3 again. And if I plug in 4 a third time, I'm still going to get the number 3 out. It doesn't matter how many times I run that calculation. For the input 4, a 3 comes out. This function will fail the vertical line test and therefore not actually be a function at all. Check it out. If I plug in the number 4 right here, well, one time I might get out 4, 3 up here, but then if I just decide to check the other side of things, I might actually get out 4, negative 3. And so the issue with the vertical line test is not that nothing should ever be able to buckle down on itself, but it's that if I plug in a 4, there's no way of knowing whether I want the positive result or the negative result. And so since this line crosses that circle twice, there are 2 possible outputs, not just one, and that means that this is no longer a function. That's it.